Welcome back to Trinity Upgrade. I am back here with another video. So today's video is basically going to be encouragement for someone to keep going. So I'm going to start with giving my testimony first about just my life, y'all. We just going to talk for today. So I'm a felon, and I've been a felon since I turned 18. When I first turned 18, like 2 months after my birthday, I did something I had no business doing, y'all, and I became a felon at the age of 18. So after becoming a felon, if you know any felons or if you want yourself, then you know it's so hard to get a job, especially a decent job when you're a felon. And not just because nobody wants to hire somebody that doesn't obey the law. Because, I mean, if you don't obey the law, how you going to follow the rules that the company have set for you? So, of course, that's what they're thinking. If it's your company, you would think the same. Well, not. Maybe not. Maybe you'll show people a little bit more grace and mercy. But, anywho, however, so I did some stuff I didn't have no business, y'all. And became a felon. So, I got out of jail and I was on probation. Now, the probation expected me to be on probation. Like, you have to pay to be on probation, like a monthly fee. So, and they expect you to go out, find a job, and start paying this fee. They'll give you like a 30-day grace period, but for the most part, they expect their money. And that 30-day grace period, that's just until you have to start making the payment, but you still got to pay for that 30 days grace period. So, I was like desperately looking for a job, y'all. I'm like, oh my God, I have to find a job. If I don't find a job, I was just so scared. I'm like, I'm gonna go back to jail. And I was just devastated. So I kept kept applying for jobs, and I kept getting turned down, y'all. I'm talking about back to back. Like, I would get hired during the interview. They'd be like, oh, yes, every time. Yeah, I never, and not, that's not to brag, but just being honest, I never went to an interview and they said, like, nah, we good on you just off the interview. No, they was always like, we love your personality. We would like to go ahead and offer you the job. Are you willing to accept? And I'd be like, yes. And they'd be like, okay, fine. So the next steps is to do a background check. And my heart would just instantly drop. And I'd be like, oh my God, they about to do this background check. So I still was hopeful. I was like, okay, well, maybe when they do the background check, they'll just be like, oh, her charge is not that bad, so we just gonna go ahead and give her a chance. No. A lot of times I was just getting emails and they was like, due to your background, we're rescinding our offer for the job and blah blah blah. So yeah, I was just in a depression. I was crying every time. I tell my friends and my family, like, I got the job, y'all, I got the job. And then they turn around and take the offer back because of my background. I was just devastated. I was like, so I had got to the point where I just wouldn't tell nobody. Even if I got hired at the interview, I wouldn't say nothing to nobody. I'd be like, nope, I'm gonna wait till the background check come back and see what they say. So I was to the point where I was just like, God, I was just crying out to him and I'm like, God, I don't know what else to do. Like, nobody's giving me a chance. I'm just frustrated with this. So I just kept praying out to him. And y'all, he started leading me to jobs that I was like, I'm not going to get hired for this. Like, I know I'm not going to be hired for this. If they wouldn't hire me at a fast food restaurant because of my background, I can only imagine what these people about to say. These people finna say no. So it would be jobs that I would be like, they not even going to hire me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, I turned around and got this job that I swear I was just thinking I was not gonna get it. I'm like, they gonna look at this background, they gonna be like, nah, I'll get somebody else to do it. So they didn't. They hired me, y'all. They hired me. So, and I'm like, okay, look at me. So after that job, um, I was just, I don't remember why I ended up quitting that job, but I was looking for something else before I even quit, y'all, because I already knew how complicated it was for me to get that one. So I was like, let me start looking now. And God was literally leading me to my next position, y'all. So the first job that, one of the ones I'm talking about now was a healthcare company. So basically, people would call in regarding their healthcare benefits and stuff like that, and I would kind of go over their benefits with them. Um, Prior authorizations for medications. I was calling the pharmacies, doing all this other type of stuff. So of course, I'm thinking like, I am not gonna get this job, but as I told you, I got it. So after that, I was like, well, I'm kind of tired of doing this job. Like, it was just so stressful. It was like, for how much was they paying me? Like $14 an hour. I'm like, for $14 an hour, they stressing me out. Like, I'm really, because it wears and tears on your mental. The job that I was doing, it was just like, this is like stressing me out. Like, yes, I'm thanking God every day that I got this job, but this job is really stressing me. So I was like, let me start looking for something else. So God led me to my next job, y'all, which was with Apple. I don't know why I thought this was gonna be an easy job, but you know what? I lied. I do know why I thought it was gonna be an easy job because I'm really good with technology. Like, I went to school for computer science, for my computer science degree. Didn't finish, but still, I went anyway. So because I love technology, I love, you know, anything technology, computers, cell phones, Apple Watches, tablets, iPads, anything technology, I can work it without anybody having to teach me how to do. I just get on it. You know, you play with it for a little minute and you got everything down pat. So I started with Apple and I was like, okay, look at Apple. I'm loving it. So I was like really loving this job, y'all. Just, I love the Apple, y'all. Until them customers started cussing us out, baby. Them, they came out with a new, it was a new Mac had just rolled out, and everybody was like, I paid $1,000 for this, I paid $2,000 for this, I paid whatever, whatever, whatever for this computer, and it's not working. Like, and it was just a bad batch, I guess, because everybody was calling in about it. So I'm like, oh my God. It got so stressful, y'all, and to the point where they'll send us an email. They be like, brace yourselves for today because it's finna be hectic today. And you'll be just, I'm like, oh my God. So I was really like looking for a job that was a job, but that I could still have my peace and everything. Like, I just wanted peace. I'm like, God, I'm really searching for peace right now. So after that, I looked for another job. And I ended up getting a job at Allstate. Now before I got this job, well, the job at Allstate, because I don't work there anymore either. But anyway, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. So before I had that job, when I was working for Apple, they like bumped our pay up. It was like 15.50 at first, and they bumped us up to 16.50. And I was like, you know what? The next job I get, I want to make 17 to $18 an hour. And that was just, uh, I could have did even better than that, y'all. I could have been going for something twice that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really selling myself short, but one thing that I can say is every time God gave me a new job, it was better than the last one. It paid more than the last one, had better benefits than the last one. So I was just like, I'm easing my way up the ladder. I'm just easing on up the road, you know. So after that, um, God had prepared me. He was like, go ahead and start looking for something else. So I did that, and I came across Allstate. Y'all, my background check came up and they was like, can you explain like what happened? So I did. I explained it, told them exactly what happened, like this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And they said, okay, we'll get back to you. So I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. My background coming back to haunt me again. And they sent me an email and they said, gave me a start date. It was like, you start on Wednesday. We need you to come pick up your equipment. It was a work from home job, y'all. So those three jobs I was talking about was all work from home. But it was a work from home job. They like, we need you to come pick up your equipment. You good to go. Like, and we starting you off at 1750. So I'm like, 1750. And y'all, it was something that I never did before. Like, I've never been a claims advisor in my life. Never. Like, I never did anything with auto claims. Healthcare claims, yes. Auto claims, no. But I still did it. And like, God walked me through everything. I was at the top of my training class to the point where they like, you ready for this? Like, everybody else was so like flustered because they was scared to get on the phones, and they was like scared to do the work because they didn't feel like they had enough training, and they were just like stressing themselves out. And that's how it be like when you have to pay bills. You like, God, look, I got bills. I ain't got time to be playing with these folks. They ain't teaching us right. They ain't telling me everything I feel like I need to know. Blah blah blah. So I was at the top of my training class, y'all. Got on out of training with my new team and was at the top of my team. And they have been there. It's people that already been there. They been there. They bragging about how long they been there. Like, yeah, I've been here 5 years. Yeah, I've been here 6. And I'm telling y'all, I'm breezing through that stuff like it's nothing. And it was nobody but God that helped me, y'all, because I knew nothing about auto claims at all. My background was not in autos. My background was in tech support or healthcare. That's all I knew. So I'm like, well, thanking God every day. They had gave me 21 days of PTO off top. And then every day we had like another bucket of PTO. So you got your regular PTO, you got another bucket of PTO. So I had another bucket of PTO. I literally could have took off work for like a month and a half just fresh out of training. So God started telling me like, you're not going to be there past March of this year. So I'm like, what you mean? Like, this is my job. I love this job. This job is like everything. Like, I'm taking PTO days, y'all. I'm chilling because as you work, you get more time on PTO, of course. So I'm like, God, no, what you mean? Like, this is it. This is the one for me. But God would not let me get comfortable there, y'all. He like, no, like, you had enough faith to get this far. Like, I got you this far. Why you won't think I will take you even further? Like, I want you to go further than that. I want you to be better than this. This is not something that is good on your mental health. This is done. This season of you working for people is over. And I'm just like, okay. So he told me, he was like, you're not going to be here past March. So y'all, I'm thinking that this was like a one stop. Like, as long as everybody else was saying that they had been working here, even supervisors, like, we've been here 10 years, we've been here 15, we've been here, like, trainers been there for years. And I'm thinking like, okay, so this is something that I could stay with for a very long time. And God was just like, it's not, you're not going to stay there. So I came to terms with it. I took some PTO days, y'all, to kind of clear my head, clear my mental, and just focus on what God was trying to tell me to do. So he told me to start the YouTube channel. And at first I was like, God, I'm not about to be no YouTuber. I don't got time for that. God, that is not reliable. I am not about to depend on no camera, on no phone. And I don't like being on camera, God. I'm not trying to hear this. This is not, get somebody else to do it. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. So, of course, y'all, I was like, I was being disobedient for a little second, for about a week or two. I'm like, nope, I ain't doing it because I don't want to do that. I don't want to be, I don't want, it was just, this was not what I wanted, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's not what I wanted. I was just like, nah, give me something more, more normal. Give me a normal people job, like clock in, know your check coming on this day and move on. But I was just like, no, he was like, start using your talents, your gifts, the things that I gave you, the things I put into you since you was a little girl. You've been ministering to people since you was a little girl. Like, I'm talking about 5, 6 years old. You've been ministering to people since then. You've been telling people about me since then. You've been listening to the Holy Spirit since then. I've been guiding you all this time. Like, why would I let you down now? Now I just need you to use your faith. Step out on faith and do what it is I'm telling you to do. Don't worry about how you're going to pay your bills. Like I said in the word, let tomorrow worry about itself. We got to get through today. You got to do what I said do today. You worried about tomorrow. Why you worried about tomorrow? Let me worry about tomorrow. Stop worrying. And that's for somebody. Like, stop worrying about tomorrow. I know our human brains are just like always planning something out for the next day. Like when we was little, we used to plan out our outfits that we was gonna wear to school, our clothes for school tomorrow. The next day, we would plan it out the day before. Like we was always trying to prep ourselves for the next day, prep ourselves for the next week, prep ourselves for the next month. Like this is what we are training our brains to do. And when you stepping out on faith, there is no prep for the tomorrow. Like you got to deal with tomorrow. It's like you don't know what God gonna have you do tomorrow. Today he might have you talking in front of the camera. Tomorrow he might have you stepping out there talking in front of 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what's gonna come tomorrow. Unless God lets you know. But it's always gonna be a reason why he tells you to prep for something. If he's telling you to prepare for something, then okay, go ahead and start preparing for that. But it's just because he wants you to be ready and not get ready. So that's different. But he's not gonna always tell you what tomorrow's gonna bring or what next week is gonna bring or anything like that. Sometimes he just give you instructions. Like, go take this and put this over there. Go do this and do that. Like he'll just tell you what to do, but not tell you why you're doing it. So that's where faith come in at. Trust him. He's guiding you. He's telling you where you need to be, what you need to do. And you have to believe him for that. It might be scary. A lot of times it is. It's scary because it's like outside of your comfort zone. It's always going to be outside of your comfort zone when it got something to do with God. Like he will have you step in all the way outside your comfort zone. But you got to trust that he know what he doing. And just find peace in that. And this is something that you know you're going to win at because God's not setting you up to lose. So just be as open as you can with God. Don't tell him what you're not going to do because you're going to end up doing it anyway. So just let him know, like, God, I'm nervous. This ain't what I had in mind. Like, I had Allstate in mind, okay? I was thinking I was finna be that girl at Allstate, okay? Manager position. Hello, that was going to be me. I was going to be that girl. And I'm like, I just couldn't believe it when he told me that you're not going to be that girl at Allstate. You're not going to be that girl at Allstate, sweetheart. So get over it, type thing. Like, let it go. LIG, let it go, baby. But yeah, just know that he does have a plan for you. And if it's something that he been telling you to do, just do it. Don't be like me, waiting 2 weeks to start this doggone YouTube channel and going on. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. And also he had me to start like writing my book because I've been wanting to write a book since I was a kid. But it take a lot of work, y'all. Oh my God, it's so much that goes into writing a book. I'm thinking that I could just be creative and I got a billion stories in my head, like God. But you have to be very, very strategic when it comes to writing a book because you don't want it to sound like the other billions of books out there. You want it to have basically you in the book because nobody's you. Ain't nobody in this world you. Nobody in this world been through each and every little thing that you've been through. Nobody been through each and every feeling that you felt in the way that you felt it. Nobody's you. So it's basically putting yourself on a page and you have to be vulnerable and open. So that's what I've been working on, y'all. I want to continue to work on that. Because I ain't gonna lie, I've been procrastinating like a mug. Like because of how much work it takes to put into this book and because I want it to be perfect, I want it to be a bestseller off top. I want it to be like crazy action, but also something that other people can relate to as well. But I'm just gonna put me on the pages, y'all, and hopefully it come out the way that I'm picturing it. But yeah, I just want to encourage somebody to keep going, keep doing you. Whatever God is telling you to start it. Even if you got to do it scared, do it because I had to do it. So you got to do it too. Look, I was just playing. So, no, I'm not playing. I'm serious. If I have to do it, you got to do it too. Do it scared. So, that was it for this video, y'all. I will be back to check on you guys soon. Bye.